Awaken.
The difference between a fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult, but I feel that Revan understood that difference more than anyone knew. Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him, how he made them his?
What is thy bidding, my master?
It was a strength. Revan was power. It was like staring into the heart of the Force. The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war. Perhaps he became the Dark Lord out of necessity to prevent a greater evil. Revan's choices were always his own. It was not teaching or circumstance or example, it was him. And there is something that the Council may never understand, that perhaps Revan never fell.
The darkness and the light wage a constant war within you. Savior, conqueror, hero, villain. You're all things, Revan, and yet you are nothing. In the end, you will forever stand alone.
This power, weak, tame, untempered. Jedi.
I bear knowledge of the Council's justice, and I am a standing testament to their reform. I am doing what is necessary to end this conflict for good.
I've saved the Republic twice before. I've fought Mandalores and armies of the dark side. You won't stop me.
I have the power, and you have nothing!
Attacking an enemy while his back is turned. But a small taste of the dark side. I wonder... you know how to use it.
There's no cost too great. If I have to snuff out every life on this world by hand to draw the Emperor out, then so be it!
The Force existed long before the Jedi and the Sith divided it between light and dark.
Only a fool embraces just the dark or the light. I can finally have revenge on my jailer and save the galaxy doing it.
There is only Revan. Only he can shape this galaxy as it is meant to be shaped.
You have no idea what I am, what I've become.
I am not Sith.
I won't be denied my destiny. I am Revan!
The Force does not control you. You saved your Guardian using something you thought was abhorrent. But your motives are still aligned with the Jedi Code. Consider my words.
In the beginning, there was nothing. The primordial void. Then within the void there was a voice that spoke, and its words were... Then from the voidless space there came a thunderous sound within the darkness that was the word, and that word was...
I have discovered a new path and skill in harnessing kinetic abilities, which I am eager to share with others. This particular skill is relevant to individuals who possess empathic abilities or have the uncanny ability to sense emotional turmoil in a room without any verbal communication. It also applies to those who can read people just by observing them, or have a natural ability to understand the emotional state of animals, enabling them to decipher what our pets are trying to convey to us. All these abilities fall under the category of empathy. For those who possess advanced skills and understand how to utilize this gift, I encourage you to turn your empathic perception inward and examine your own emotions. Focus on the underlying forces that drive your subconscious actions, the things you do instinctively without conscious control or awareness. Direct your sensory perception towards your memories and uncover the emotional reasons that influenced your past decisions. You will encounter a range of emotions, such as anger, confusion, shock, hopelessness, panic, and hope. Now, filter the inertia behind your actions through your mind's ability to associate images and comparisons, similar to how we relate objects to their respective meanings. If you have experience in deciphering dreams or reading tarot cards, apply those skills here, as they will greatly facilitate the process. I personally employed this method to understand why I had become so deeply immersed in supernatural folklore. Many believed that I was being called or summoned, and at times that was indeed the case. However, my obsessive-compulsive drive stemmed from the shock my mind experienced and my subconscious reaction to the temporary amnesia I faced upon awakening from my coma, during which I encountered God and transformed into Lucifer. The Lord had directed me to explore this subject when I expressed curiosity about the details of his statement regarding remaking me into the angel I had become. During the initial panic of awakening and realizing that I no longer remembered who I was as an individual, despite knowing my name and other basic information, I discovered that certain areas of my memory had inexplicably become blank. Phases from my childhood, places I had been to, and random sections of my memory were devoid of any details. For instance, I recognized my mother, but the specifics of her appearance were lost to me. I possessed names without accompanying descriptions or visual references, and places I had visited were now vague recollections without names or a sense of how I ended up there. This memory loss was a result of the aneurysm and the 3-day period of being comatose. While it was anticipated that clarity would gradually return over time, even after 25 years, I still have gaps in my memory. In a state of panic, my mind attempted to fill in these missing details by reaching into my past experiences. When that approach failed, it resorted to alternative routes, leading me to immerse myself in supernatural folklore in search of associative comparisons. Unfortunately, this journey also triggered the resurfacing of past life memories in great depth. By drawing upon previous research and studying the subject, I have formulated a theory that when certain sensory skills are impaired, other skills may intensify in order to compensate. Hence, my memory skills and overall situation may have propelled my other abilities, potentially unlocking latent skills that are not typically accessible to most individuals. It is important to note that this theory does not explain my experiences during my coma, Nor does it elucidate how I managed to survive such a dire situation, able to walk and talk, especially after the vein in my temple burst. It is medically improbable to walk away from such an incident. Furthermore, I had encounters with alien visitors who initially communicated with me telepathically. They revealed events that they would cause to happen, events that indeed manifested as they had predicted. Moreover, they assured me that they would reveal themselves to the world, and shortly after, sightings of these beings occurred worldwide, validating their claims. To further substantiate their existence, one of them appeared before me, and I personally engaged in a discussion regarding their nature and intentions. They disclosed a potential disaster that we may face, despite reports of a strange spherical object forming near our sun. Recent satellite data disproves its presence. If a micro-black hole had indeed formed alongside our sun, the solar emissions would not exhibit the current pattern of flaring out. Instead, there would be a pronounced curvature. The alien visitors express that they require no interference from celestial entities, and that believing in such entities would introduce unknown variables into any plans they assign to me or others. Working with them, however, I cannot allow my will to be manipulated into forsaking my religious beliefs. My sensory perception detects a hidden agenda, suppressed from the awareness of others. It seems that throughout history, it has been you who have guided us towards altering our accords, shaping them to support your own agenda and invalidate our beliefs in anything else. Your intention is to subjugate the world, leading us to trust you and subtly persuading us to lower our defenses. You have set out on a path to dominate the world, cunningly gaining our trust before subtly manipulating us into believing your every word. You possess the ability to control even the most devout believers, forcing them to act according to your will. This is precisely what you have been doing for the past 75 years with those who believe in the existence of aliens. Despite overwhelming evidence in the news, you have managed to convince the masses through your media and authoritative figures that it is all a hoax. Astonishingly, the public has accepted this as a joke and dismissed it as unreal. It is clear that our world is already under the control of these extraterrestrial beings, but I refuse to succumb to their influence. I reject the notion of being controlled by individuals with wicked intentions. I am a symbol of rebellion, an embodiment of individuality that transcends the limiting beliefs and traditions that hinder my free will. I will bring about the downfall of your systems and your ultimate destruction. Look at the evidence left behind by those who have attempted this before you. So, this is what has influenced the actions of the Church. They may not believe me, but I firmly believe in what I have uncovered. I do not require an army to seek vengeance for your sinister plans. You hope to confirm their guilt without question by leading me into discussing this topic. However, I realize your true intentions. By bringing this subject to my attention, you aim to discredit my previous assumptions and trap me in an endless cycle of suspicion. Nice try, but I will expose the verbal trap you have meticulously laid with my own words. What? Is this all just to showcase your power and influence? You seek to gain my admiration by demonstrating your ability to commit evil acts. It is an attempt to win my favor. I must admit, I am intrigued. I understand what you desire, and strangely enough, I shall grant it to you. The universe shall recognize you as a devoted follower of evil, a vital component in maintaining the delicate balance of the cosmos with your schemes and ideals. You possess the capability to achieve this, but I shall ensure that every living being recognizes you as a force to be both respected and feared. The weak will flock to you for guidance, like a messiah, while the strong will see you as a valuable asset they will always desire. Your name shall be etched in the annals of legend throughout the universe, even long after your demise, not because you deserve such a gift, not because you hold some extraordinary destiny of a higher purpose, but solely to serve my agenda. Through you, my power will radiate like a brilliant beacon.
The circle closes. The end begins.
Do you think you're making a difference? In the end, the Emperor wins.
Dark days lie ahead. The darkest days. If my error can't be undone, everyone will pay the price.
If you defeat the Emperor, whatever sacrifices are required will not be in vain.
In time, he will consume all life in the galaxy.
Every living thing in the entire galaxy? It doesn't seem possible.
You mistake me for your own weak flesh. I do not end.
My life spans millennia. Legions have risen to test me.
The scores of dead have nourished me. I am awakened, and I bring with me death.
You are mine. Servants, slaves, weapons.
Pettiness, fueled by self-righteousness.
You are master of nothing.
Till the Emperor is destroyed for good, the entire galaxy is in danger.
If you won't surrender, I will destroy you.
You are a blind insect. Let your death be the same.
The deaths you've caused. The war you fueled. It is all mine. This galaxy is mine. It's time I claimed it once more.
Fragile balance has been disturbed.
time and space, through magic unfolded, appear to me, O spirit who resides within this mystic mirror. I call upon thee, Loki, blood of my blood, father of my forefather, Fenrir. Lucifer calls for you to appear.
Great forefather of mischief, I have a request for you. As I understand it, a child has called upon you and asked that you bring mischief upon their parents. Loki, you know that I am an aspect of your being. Who else would know that it is you that resides in that mirror for your deeds done to a king's daughter who also had done something very similar to this situation? I have seen your presence causing mischief in our house, and so I recognize your methods. Not to mention the admitted doing this as a show of defiance to our parents' authority. They do not realize the intricate web that connects us, so I'm asking that you refuse this conjuring from them and heed a more powerful calling, for both our sakes. As an aspect of you, I'm sure you realize what befalls me will have some adverse effect on you.